Howdy folks, I'm Brian.
I'm Amber.
And here's some Reddit. Alright folks, our first letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Reporting My Doctor? And this one does involve some bullying. I'm a retired teacher who has been having a health scare recently. On my most recent hospital admission, I was shocked to find out one of the doctors was a former student of mine. We caught up briefly. She told me about her path to medical school through an Ivy League, and I expressed my congratulations and my surprise. Surprise! I can't believe this happened. I did not mean to be rude by my surprise, but she never struck me as a particularly well-suited student for the job like this. Privately, I always expected her not to do very well in life. Classic case of pushy mom who believes the child is a genius when the child is average at best, refuses to listen to her teacher, and a child who refuses to listen to anyone. She had no friends and no social skills. The child was eventually removed from our school due to persistent low-level disruptions. Academically, I did not expect her to end up at college, let alone do well. I will be crucified for saying this, but socially, she was also a nightmare. Anyone who has worked with kids knows that sometimes the outcast kids are outcast for a reason. It's not bullying. Some kids just deserve it, even though it's sad to see. I'm sure you were so broken up about that, OP. You sure do sound like you're sad that she was bullied. But I will be honest that I did not like this child at all, though. I am professional, and this never showed in my teaching.
But it totally showed when you were having this conversation to her, so I'm pretty sure it showed in your teaching, too.
Yeah, I did not say this to her. Merely that I was surprised that she did so well, but I was pleased for her. So basically, you gave her a backhanded compliment. I never expected you to do so well. I kind of expected you to be on the street collecting change from people. I was nothing but pleasant, but she was standoffish and rude when I said so. And when I tried to lighten the mood by saying that my teaching was the reason she got where she is, she went off at me, telling me that I should never even have been allowed near children, and that she is where she is in spite of me and not because of me. And she is still very angry at me. I was shocked and no longer felt safe in my medical care, so I reported her and tried to get a new doctor. My husband says that I'm the jerk because I will get her in trouble at work and I should let it go. I think it's my health, and she was very unprofessional. Just like you were probably very unprofessional with, encouraging the bullying of a child. All right, folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
You're a huge jerk. It's one thing to request a new doctor and be like, oh, she's my former student, so, I want to have someone who's, not known to me. That would be a totally reasonable thing. But you basically, backed her into a corner with these remarks and potentially brought up some past traumas for her.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling. She brought up, OP's former student had to, relive those traumatic moments in that very moment when the teacher was like, oh, yeah, I did so well for you. And OP, as much as you like to believe that it didn't show in your teaching, it clearly did. If she's like, you didn't even deserve to be a teacher, I'm here in spite of you. So I don't believe you when you say it didn't show in your teaching, because it clearly showed in your teaching.
Well, and your whole attitude is disgusting to be like, well, some children deserve to be made outcasts.
What?
Where
do you get off saying this? No kid deserves to be made an outcast. No kid deserves to be bullied.
Well,
why?
That's the thing. It's a lot of times, disruptive behavior in children is not due to them being bad people or anything. It's due to neurodivergence or mental illness or any number of things, and it's not
or bad family situations. Abuse,
There's all kinds of things that contribute to this, and so I was a brat in middle school, but I have to, in retrospect, my teachers were good to me. I hope none of them think about me like this, but sometimes kids who are going through hard things or who are in school situations that aren't ideal for them act out.
Yeah.
And so...
Well, and intelligent kids sometimes act out because they get bored, right? And I think that's important to realize. And OP doesn't sound like they actually had a lot of faith or confidence in their student. And they may even been holding them back because they're like, oh, you're average at best. When she's a doctor now, right? And a lot of people don't make it to being a doctor because of a variety of circumstances, for sure. But you do at least have to have a pretty good head on your shoulders for being a doctor, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there are a lot of jobs where you do need to have a pretty good head on your shoulders, and it sounds like she has a pretty good head. So, yeah, I feel bad for the former student here,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think that I think OP is pretty much a what I'm gonna give them five on
Yeah,
the jerk
5
scale
for the teaching
for the
alone. Like,
teaching, for the reporting of this. Like, I think they handled it poorly, maybe 3, but I
yeah.
don't think
Like, I think definitely they should request a new doctor,
yeah.
but
And I wish the student had been able to request a new teacher.
yeah. Well,
So
that's the thing also too is students are vulnerable, and it seems like OP is really upset that the student didn't listen to her.
yeah,
But like, oh well, okay, she's not like a little robot who does what you tell her to.
yeah.
Students are people.
Yeah, you're the jerk. You told someone you were surprised that they did so well, then tried to take credit for their success? That was unnecessary. You then reported her. Oh dear, I would say this doctor thinks that you are haunting her. And OP replies, I meant it in a nice way, like a nice surprise. And I thought that she'd appreciate me noticing how far that she had changed. Alas, she has not changed. She's still a spoiled brat. I think OP hasn't changed.
Yeah.
And Mysterious Complex says, no, she's not a spoiled brat. And you're just a judgmental jerk of a person. And the fact that she said that you shouldn't have been around children already gives me giant red flags about you and gives me one of those abusive teacher vibes. Yet act surprised when your students hate you. And OP replies, the majority of my students loved me.
As far as you
Yeah.
know.
Alright, folks, our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk for asking my girlfriend to go back from pink to blonde hair before seeing my parents? My girlfriend of about 2 years recently dyed her hair pink. She's a natural blonde. It looks cute, but she will be seeing my parents next week. They are very old schooled on body modification. No one in my family has dyed their hair before. None have piercing, none have tattoos. The women wear little makeup. If I visit my mom and I have a beard or hair growing past my ears, she'll tell me that I look scruffy and to clean up. They're pretty liberal on most issues: pregnancy termination, gay rights, taxation, education, etc. But just very conservative on appearing conventionally. I asked her to go back to blonde and she was very upset with me. She said that I was constraining her ability to look the way that she wanted to and asking her to change for me. I am of the opinion that freedom of appearance is much less of a priority than how we're seen by those who are important to us. I tried to explain that, personally, I don't care what color her hair is, but my opinion ultimately isn't what is important in this situation. This is ultimately about my parents' perception of her, and thus our relationship. She agreed to do it, which I'm thankful for, but it was done very begrudgingly. The amount of pushback and argument I got concerned me. To me, it came off as selfish and immature to make a big fuss over a cosmetic change that ultimately isn't permanent, and to prioritize that convenience above appearing good for my family, which is something much more permanent. It made me feel like she thinks my parents are backwards and stupid, which is very insulting to me as I have a deep respect for them, even though I don't see eye to eye with them on every issue. I also understand that given how I was raised, I am probably a bit more old school than most. I am open to the possibility that I may be wrong on this issue, and I wanted to get the community's opinion if I'm the jerk. Thank you. Alright, folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Yes, you're a jerk. You don't get to ask your partner to change themselves to
Yeah.
appease your parents.
Well, and that's just it. It's like, how far are you going to go here to make sure that she's always going to have a good appearance for your parents? Are you going to tell her what she can dress? Are you going to tell her what she can eat? Her table manners? Are you going to tell her exactly how to act to the T in order to make sure that your parents are just fine and perceive her correctly?
Like, you need to talk to, like, if you think your parents are going to be upset by her having pink hair,
Yeah.
that's on your parents. And you need to stand up and be like, my girlfriend has pink hair. There's
Her
nothing
choice.
wrong with that. It's
Yeah.
her choice. I support her. And you can either, if you don't like it, you can keep it to yourselves or you can not see us.
I think that's exactly what needs right here. Is he needed to put his foot down. He needed to tell the parents that there, under no circumstances am I going to break up with her. I don't care what you have to say. She is who she is, and I love her pink hair. And I think that that could have gone a long way, been a powerful message for your girlfriend, as opposed for you saying, I love you as you are, but... Yeah.
But I need you to change.
But I need
X,
you to
Y, and
change.
Z.
I just don't think OP made the right call here. I just don't. Maybe this is a sign that you and your girlfriend are incompatible too. Like if you have this high of a priority and she values, these other things more, I think that may be a sign that things aren't destined to be.
Yeah, well, and she deserves to be with a partner who will like her as she is and not try to change her.
Yeah. Anyhow, take care and good luck. And Tim O. Bedlam says, You're the jerk. Your parents should be able to deal with a pink haired girlfriend. Asking her to change her appearance for you is just a bad sign. And KBit1208 says, The person being selfish and immature and making a big fuss over a non-permanent cosmetic change is you, not your girlfriend. If your parents aren't capable of seeing past her hair color to observe who she is as a person, then they aren't worth meeting. And berating her by policing her body is a giant red flag. You're the jerk. All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some, I have two cups here, and I grabbed the wrong one. I have some tea here. And Amber's got some jokes.
2 chimps, 2 seals, 1 elephant, and a lion stood under one umbrella. Why didn't they get wet?
Because it wasn't raining.
Yeah. You could also have said that it was like a giant umbrella.
Yeah, it could have been a very big umbrella, but I figured the way this book works, it's that it wasn't raining. I know I'm on to you super silly riddles. You can't fool me. You can't fool us. We're impervious. Except for when it comes to pockets. And I have Mega Mint tea, which I picked myself. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider giving me a like, and if you didn't, consider giving me a dislike. Happy Monday! I hope your start of your week is going really well here. Don't forget, we have a live stream at the end of the week on Friday, so I look forward to seeing you all then. I will work on getting my thing fixed up here. Or adding it in post credits or post production, because apparently OBS is broken. I looked it up. I tried fixing it, but it's apparently going to require a lot of work and time that I don't have in order to fix this one little tiny things. But I do have an alternate solution here. So thanks so much for watching, and we will see you all tomorrow.
Bye.